Welcome to the Explainer. For years now, we've all heard that classic line, right? Data is the new oil. But let's be honest, for most of us, that hasn't exactly meant much in any practical sense. We generate a ton of data every single day, and massive tech giants basically just harvest it to build their models. But today, we're exploring Codatta. It's the marketplace for tokenized intelligence, and this is a total game changer. It's all about taking the knowledge right inside our heads and transforming it into something we can actually own, track, and directly benefit from. Okay, let's dive into this because the central, absolutely mind-bending thesis from our source material is this right here. Owning data equals to investing in a portfolio of AIs. I really want you to just let that sink in for a second. Traditionally, if we think about investing in AI, we think about, buying stocks in some big tech company, but Codatta flips that entirely on its head. If artificial intelligence requires these massive amounts of data to learn and function, well then the data itself is the true foundational asset. So by owning the underlying data, you aren't just holding some static, boring file. You are functionally taking a stake in every single AI system that ends up relying on that information to operate. It literally transforms data ownership directly into a diversified AI portfolio. Section 1. Investing in AI portfolios. Codatta tradable on-chain assets. Moving right along to Section 2, defining the knowledge backer, staking on future impact. Now, to make an ecosystem like this actually thrive, you need a reliable way to assign value to data really early on. So the crucial point is, what exactly is a knowledge backer, or KB? Well, a knowledge backer acts as the financial catalyst here. They literally back knowledge with capital. Think of them almost like angel investors, but instead of investing in a traditional startup company, they are investing in a very specific dataset or a piece of verified human intelligence. They stake their capital on the future impact of that knowledge. And why do they do that? Because by staking early, they position themselves to earn a proportional share of the returns generated by whatever AI systems eventually use that exact data. It's a direct, calculated financial act of backing human intelligence. Section 3. The power of collective ownership. Building shared data assets. High-quality data, the kind an AI can actually use effectively, isn't usually created by just one single person. And this brilliantly illustrates how that collective ownership comes together to form a single shared data asset. It's divided into 3 distinct roles. First up, you have the providers. These are the people actually supplying the raw human intelligence and the data itself. Next, we have the verifiers. They are the absolutely crucial quality control layer, making sure the data provided is accurate, reliable, and actually useful. And finally, you have the backers, who are injecting the capital to stake on that specific asset's future. These 3 contributions are securely bundled together to create a single, highly valuable shared asset. And the best part? Every single person involved gets provable attribution for their specific contribution. That ensures absolutely no one's hard work gets lost in the shuffle. Section 4. The revenue sharing engine. Generating value. Let's walk through the actual mechanics of this revenue sharing logically, step by step, because this is where it gets really fun. Step 1. External AI systems are hungry. They need high-quality data to become smarter, right? So they access and train on these shared data assets built by our collective. Step 2. Because those AI systems are now smarter and way more capable thanks to that highly specific data, they go out into the market and generate real-world value. That could be through subscriptions, enterprise solutions, or, advanced problem solving. Step 3. The rewards and revenues from that generated value don't just disappear into some corporate vault. Instead, they flow right back into the Codatta ecosystem, and they're distributed proportionally to the original contributors. The providers, the verifiers, and the backers all receive their fair share based exactly on their initial provable attribution. It's just a remarkably elegant, highly transparent, closed-loop system. But of course, this brings us to a really profound challenge. How do you actually bring liquidity to human intelligence? Think about what liquidity means in traditional finance for a second. It's the ability to easily and quickly convert an asset into cash without tanking its market price. Historically, human knowledge has been entirely illiquid. It's either locked up inside our heads or it's locked away in proprietary corporate servers somewhere. So, if we are now treating knowledge as a collectively owned revenue-generating asset, how do we make it flow? How do we create a dynamic living market for it? Let's move to and see how this builds into Section 5. Exchanging human intelligence, the knowledge data exchange. It's right here on the knowledge data exchange where all these concepts finally converge and true liquidity is realized. First, backers can discover promising knowledge assets. They can browse through these verified data pools to find the exact intelligence they truly believe will power the next massive AI breakthrough. Second, they can stake on those assets. This means committing their actual capital to back that specific knowledge. And third, and honestly, this is the real key to the whole liquidity puzzle, they can trade those assets. Say the perceived value of a specific data asset suddenly skyrockets because some major AI model desperately needs it. Well, a backer can just trade their stake right there on the open market. This rapid, seamless ability to discover, stake, and trade is exactly what transforms static human intelligence into a vibrant, highly liquid commodity. Bringing liquidity to human intelligence. I know, it almost sounds like science fiction at first glance, but as we've seen from our source material today, the structure for this is already being clearly defined. We are rapidly moving toward a world where your knowledge, assuming it's properly provided and verified, is actually part of a tradable AI portfolio. It's a fundamental, ground-up rethinking of exactly who gets to profit from the artificial intelligence revolution. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final thought to ponder as this tokenized intelligence frontier just continues to expand. In a world where data is clearly becoming the ultimate asset, what future impact will you stake your capital on? Thank you so much for joining me today, and keep learning.